Alright, so we're back on this old Ford truck today. It's not a pretty truck, it's not an ugly truck, I don't know, it's just what it is. Putting this new motor in it for a friend. We're going to install the headers and try to figure out all that clutch mumbo jumbo for today. So we're going to start with the passenger side header. It looks to be the easiest. So we'll start with that one and see what happens. I think that ditch is going to have to come off of there, whatever that thing is. Hey, Miss Bagels, what are you doing, Gil? Bagels. So today, in the adventures of what in the hell, this is our 2013 Escape. The wife's and mine, I guess. New shop truck, winter beater, whatever you want to call it. It's just a beater. There's the old beater beer truck. Last night I was at the shop putting the headers and hooking the clutch up on that truck I've been working on, and I had to jump start the old Escape here. And the problem with the old Escape was the battery was dead. So I'm going to put a battery in it. Well, look at an Escape. Here's the air cleaner. Not a problem. And here's the battery. Problem. I got to get that bastard out of there. Who in the right mind, and I'm a diehard Ford guy, ever thought of putting a battery in there? I mean, that's just terrible. I don't know if all of this comes out and I can slide the battery out if I can get it undone, or what exactly has to happen, but we're going to try to figure it out here. A little bit at a time. So we're this far in already. So far it's all been rip and tear, nothing too major. That ain't even in right, so we ain't too worried about that. That, I don't see a bolt down there. So we're gonna undo this and probably this to pull that off, and then maybe we can get this box out of here. Maybe this all comes up, take those two bolts out and it'll slide out maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what we're gonna try. Alright, so first thing we're gonna do, and we're doing this with our road box bag. I have a bag of tools I take to car shows and places with me. First thing I want to do is undo the positive cable. Give her a couple little tugs there. Then, if I'm not mistaken, those look like 8s or 7s. So over here in the back of the 72 is my little box I take to cars, my little bag. This is what I take when we go on trips. Nothing too crazy. Alright, we gotta get these off. I don't know how long that stinking bolt is. It's coming though. Alright, I'm gonna pull this bolt and that bolt and I'll check back. Alright, so we got our said wrench. See if that's what those are. They might be 7s. Oh, that's the 10. We need the 8. Here it is. I think. Yep, that's what they are. I hope this works. And I suppose I could use a ratchet. You got to get these things off. This is the strap that holds the battery in place, I think. It's a ways in there though. So I'm going to take this bolt off and this bolt off and see what happens. Alright, with them two nuts off, this little guy comes off. And I think then we can figure out how to wiggle this battery out of here if it comes out. It lifts up. So now we're going to try to figure out how to get it out enough to get the negative cable off. Hopefully we can get it to come out some and get it off. Hopefully we can wiggle it out and get it off. I think we got to lift up and pull. So we got it out. We had to take the negative post off and slide her on out. Here's our junk battery. It is a 2020. So it's roughly 4 years old. It's an Everstart from Wally World, and it may not be bad, but the battery was dead. I jump started the car, drove it home, it drove fine. So we are replacing it. I don't want to get stuck again. And going back in, we have a brand new O'Reilly's Super Start Premium. Fancy. So we got to slide it in the hole, hook up the negative, hook up the positive, and put all this crap back in just to change your battery. Mind you, they do it for free at the auto parts store. For women and young children. Grown men, you're out of luck. But anyways. Alright, we're going to slide this in and attach the negative cable. Alright, negative post is on, battery's back in. We got to put this little guy here. Right up there. Put the nuts on. Tighten them up and go on to the next step. This is quite a process. Just for a battery. Okay, so we got this all on. Next step is, I'm not sure what you call this, the battery box end plate, I guess. Goes sort of like that. That goes there, there, and one more down there somewhere. Oh, it's at the side. That one goes right there. So there's that. Now we can put the air cleaner box back in and put all the pipes in. So the next step is say hello to Miss Bagels. Is to put this bottom in. This contraption. Yeah. So it goes down in there. I'm going to shove this down in there and get on to the next part. Alright. So now we got to tighten these two screws back up that hold the air cleaner intake pipe and sensors to the stupid thing. And I imagine you could use a socket. It would go a little quicker. But this is what we have. Out, and it's working. Now we got to get this one in down here, and then we'll go on to the next step. Alright, we got our sensors in. Now we're going to hook the cold side in. We can put our element back in. Looks like it goes this way. Somehow it squishes up there, goes down there. This goes into there, and then this piece goes on there. So we're going to put all that together, and then we got to hook up our battery and our top and see what happens. Alright, there's what it looks like all back together. Our battery is in. We're going to go get the keys, see if it starts. If it does, no lights, we're golden. Well, we now have a fixed little Ford Escape for the wife. I drive it mostly, but now that it's getting cold, she'll be driving it. So now we're gonna pour our attention over there and we're gonna assemble a scooter. Okay, so this is our scooter. Jill has a scooter.
Right.
This one is for me. Do I need a scooter? No. And I am a fat, lazy guy, so it's perfect for me. And we had a bad experience at the zoo where I hurt my foot and I had to rent a scooter. And then the zoo wanted to help me out because my foot was jacked up. So now we're going to assemble this scooter. She wanted to do a little unboxing of it. So we're going to slice her down the middle. Let's move it out of the way. Tuck that under there, fold that down there. Here's our first piece of poop. We gotta come out a little bit. Opened up. There. Operator's manuals. All kinds of paperwork. Seat. We did order an extra battery for this one just because I'm big and I'm assuming it's going to eat batteries with me on it. But maybe not. But there is a lot of paperwork, a lot of foam. So we're going to bring it up here like this. Get out the parts box. Pin in there so it stays together while we're trying to assemble the wheels. We got that piece, we got that. Flat washer, nut. Well, those flat washers don't fit. So let's see if there's any more flat washers in here. No. See if the nut fits. The nut fits. These little flat washers they sent are not going to fit. We may have to look for some out of the van if I have any. Slide your front tire on. Yeah, we're going to need some washers. I'm going to go look at my van hooks. Tighten up the wheels. Find something to fit them things. See, that's the wrong washer. It's not going to turn too good, but we can get the right washer later. This thing has a lot of trash. washer. That'll be perfect. And we got a headlight to put on. Oh, this one has a bolt for the headlight. The last one did not. That don't want to come out of there for crap, does it? There we go. Shove that in there. That back in there. Somehow, this goes right there. This goes back here. Turn it so it's sort of straight. I'm not exactly sure how in the heck this works. There we go. Now she's pretty tight. Is that an 8? There's the headlights tight. Peel off with tape. So there we have it. Bottom of the scooter is together. We can get it out of the box and start throwing all the junk away. Start assembling the seat. Has a little park brake. Handlebars are all adjustable. This is the bottom of the seat. Slips right in there. Just like so. There's these 4 bolts. That hold this into this. That one. There's that one. In the back. There we go. One more. What do you think, girls? Pretty easy so far? Alright, there's the seat to the little Cadillac. There's no way to tell these scooters apart. They're exactly the same. There it is. Woo! Does that look any different?
No.
I think the seat's higher on this one than yours. I think I have yours on the lower hole. There's the little handlebar sack. So that's how this little guy goes. Then you can put your Kool-Aids in there, your beverages, whatever you want. Then we have this little basket. Goes on the bottom, so you can put crap down there. This one goes down here. One more of these babies. Alright, I'm gonna go get one of your charged batteries for it.
Yep.
You like that, huh? Alright.
How many speeds does it have?
0. We don't have the battery plugged in right, I hope. On. Slow, fast, and reverse.
Cool.
It's in slow. There we go.
Is that the horn?
Yep. Power off. Alright. So, we gotta adjust these babies up a little. Because I peter them out. Yeah. It still peters out, bro. See how the front wheels go Kawaki? So let me go get the channel locks and see if I can adjust it some more. If not, I won't have no springs in the front. I'll make it solid. So it's Friday. Yesterday was Halloween. This shitty week just continues. We took the Falcon up to a guy named Jeremy Barnett's to have a roll bar welded in it and some other things. And lo and behold, this piece of trim blew off our truck. Yeah. So now we get to fix this. Not exactly sure what happened, but it's gone. So now we got to figure that out. We do have the piece of trim. It's in the back of the truck with a bunch of other junk, but mainly with scooters, chainsaws, all kinds of stuff. So now we're gonna work on this piece of trim. Tomorrow we want to go to the Canton swap meet. And well, I'm not going to the Canton swap meet with my truck missing a piece of trim. So now we get to work on the trim and figure out how to put it back on. I don't even know why it flew off. But she did sustain. I don't know what it sustained. I'm assuming that thing there, those. And we're gonna have to straighten this out a little bit here. I'm not sure what happened back there, but we're gonna get on it and figure it out. So before we try to straighten that, let's go look at the other side, see how it looks. Oh, it kind of ramps down. So that's all curled up. So we got to straighten this out before we can do that. Okay, we can figure it out. And because I'm working outside, the bottom had to fall out of it today. It's freezing cold. So the very first thing I'm going to do is make some room on this bench so I can pound on that a little. Try to get that straightened up a little bit. Okay, so we took a hammer to this edge of this trim. Got it sort of flattened out here. We got to get it bolted to the truck somehow. And that's where we are now. Trying to figure out how in the hell it bolts to the truck. And what in the hell made it come off. This thing here looks pretty bad. There, I'm guessing that goes that way. And that was probably tight at one time. Might need to tighten it back up. This was probably in there. And so on and so on and so on. So now, let's see what we can find here. I can feel that bolt. I can feel that bolt. Those don't have bolts. That does. Probably a, I don't know what the hell that is. This one here has a pretty good nut on it though. Alright, so we're going to try to get those off. This dent was already there when I got the truck. But we're going to see if we can get that off, this off, and go from there. This one here, yeah, you can see it right there. So we're going to try to get those off next and see if we can get this piece of trim back on somehow. It's the best we can do. I don't have an answer as to why it fell off, but that's how we're going to put it back on. So I'm going to get some tools and try to get them clips off. Alright, so we got the trim here. We had to take this piece off. We got all three of our little clips off. This is a clip, goes right there. Down there's a broken clip, or the other clip, and this is the front clip that's broke. We had to pull the end cap off to get to where that goes. So now we're gonna try to do a little bit more here to get this to close better, I think. Right in there. It kind of bows up and I need to have it kind of bow down. So we're gonna work on that. See what we can do here. Okay, so we got that all back together. We got those two. We got one goes down here somewhere. It's over there on the ground, I believe. Yeah, it's right there. So we got to figure out where this one goes in line with those. And then we're ready to try to snap it back on. Alright, we got the panel truck all taped off. We got the 55 and the government cheese truck covered up. We're getting ready to shoot the black on this thing. Pretty much that's all I can tell you. We're going to blow it off, wipe it off some, and give it our best. That's all we can do. What it is what it is. So there it is. It's all blowed out. It's wiped off with some lacquer thinner. She's ready to shoot the flat black on. Is it perfect? Not by any means. Is it going to work? Yes, sir. It's gonna be good enough for us. So now we gotta get a paper towel, wipe the sides off one more time, and commence to working. All right, it's black. It's not the best of black, but it's black. We're gonna hit it with some 400 grit to dull it out a little bit more, I think, and take care of some of the runs. It's got a few. Not too bad though. Like I said, we'll hit it with some wet 400. Help it look a little bit better. Do the bottom half, clean it up, and get it out of here. I'm sick of looking at this piece of junk. But it didn't turn out too god-awful. Now, we're going to work on my piece of trim on my truck. I got to find some of these little nuts. But we got it black. So there you have it. Okay. We're in the shop. I got my friend Kyle over here. He's giving me a hand, sticking around. He likes to horse around some. Well, our flat black paint is getting flat as it dries. Now we're fixing this little scooter me and the wife put together for me. She has one, and she says she's not, but I think she's kind of embarrassed to ride it without me on one when I walk and she rides. So we bought another one, but it has these little shocks on the front that when I put my fat ass on it, they peter out to nothing. Taking the shock off and putting a solid rod in there. I will not have no front suspension. No problem. And I got to find some washers because it was missing a couple. But we're back to work on the scooter. We're getting things done today in the shop. All right. Let's see how we did today. We checked all the fluids in the old brown truck. We got our trim half-ass on till we find a new piece. That's going to be hard to find. It ain't perfect, but it ain't bad. It'll work till I can find another one. We got the front end of the scooter fat man friendly now. So we took the shocks off of there, made them snazzy links. Now we broke the RC cars, so now we're gonna clean out the back of the truck and see what's next. Well, it's another week in the books. Escape. Lost a piece of trim on the truck, got that put back on. Have to find a new one. If anybody knows where you can find a 4-inch wide wood grain trim for a 72 F250 for the front fender and door on the driver's side, leave a comment. The Falcon's out getting a roll bar. We're getting our cars ready for winter. We'll slowly walk through what we're doing with these this winter and what's going on in the next couple of videos. Normally we put our cars in storage for the winter. This winter though, I'm going to try leaving them outside, I think, because I got some things I want to do to each one, and putting them in storage where you can't get to them doesn't really work out very well for me. I'm always in a rush to get them on the road, and I'm trying something else, I think. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Side Money Garage.